Hey, hi guys, it's Lisa Winston here. I'm running a few minutes behind. But anyway, this is the time that I was prompted to do this Facebook Live, and so I'm going to do it. But we had this huge conversation about surrender that's been going on in my world. Actually, it's been my experience the last several months. And it's really going deep, and I love it because it's a really profound lesson for everyone, and I'm being taken on quite a journey to surrender. Every day it gets deeper and deeper. Hey, Sandy, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Anyway, hopefully a couple more people will jump on here, and I know it's the holiday season, so I'm sure a lot of people will also watch the replay. But I wanted to do a little bit of training. I know it's kind of last minute, but I just felt like this concept, this topic, this conversation is so huge that we get to continue the discussion, because I really know, I've seen in my own clients profound shifts and changes when people actually step into the surrender process and start it. People are literally shifting like magic. It's crazy. Hey, who's there? Thanks for the heart bombs. Love that, you guys. Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying your holidays. It's an amazing April. Henry, I love you. I'm going to see you tomorrow night, aren't I? Late, but I'm going to see you. I get to see your face. Yay! Anyway, you know, it's the holiday seasons. I know everybody is, doing their thing, and it's kind of that lull. Hey, Catherine, I thought that was you. Thank you for the heart bomb. That's amazing. But we're in that lull between, Christmas and New Year. And I kind of love it. Like, I've been going everywhere. April, Henry, yay. I had 2 commitments, and I wanted to be in integrity to both of them, even though I wanted to be at your party early. So anyway, I was trying to figure out a way that I could do both of those at one time. So, you guys are worth the trip to LA. And I'm excited to see you guys. Hey, Jennifer Fink, how are you, girl? So anyway, really glad to see you guys here. Really excited that you're here. And I really, again, want to speak into this topic about surrender, because it's so huge and profound. Hey, Tim Starr, I love you. How are you? Thank you for the heart bombs. Thanks for joining me. You and I get to do some stuff again, don't we? We haven't done an interview in a while. I think maybe we need to do that soon, So anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing week. Of love and ease and joy and peace and grace, and getting ready to go into the new year with a new energy, a new vision. I know, right, Tim? I mean, I'm here whenever you're ready to go. Let's do it. Hey, Krista, how are you? Thanks for joining, you guys. All right, so let's get into this conversation about surrender. I've been doing this. I've been doing all my Facebook Lives. I've been doing all my emails. I've been doing everything really focused on, yes equals success is my, hey there, girl, is my theme, about doing what's hard, jumping into what's hard, saying yes to what's hard, regardless of what it is, because you really get refined there. But this process of surrender, it's not contradictive to the yes equals success, although it may seem that way a little bit. But what I want to speak into again is that this is, hey Steph, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, great, divine timing, right? Exactly. I know, I feel it too. Like, I'm feeling so much love today. It's crazy. Like that divine, overwhelming love, I don't know what to do with it. Thank you for the heart bombs. Okay, so let's get into this. So this conversation of surrender, you guys, I know a lot of you as entrepreneurs have done that banging against for years, right? I mean, I had a coach, and I've had a couple of coaches, and the old way of marketing just started to turn me off. Hey, thanks for the heart bombs. Love. Krista, I love that. That banging against. And for me as an intuitive, sensitive, empath creative, right, I was always saying this pace is hurting me. Like, I don't like the banging against. It really feels like it's hurting me. And then I would get comments like, well, that's just your BS. That's your old ways of talking and being and doing, and, your blocks and all that other stuff. And maybe some of that was true, because I did have a lot of blocks to get through. But the banging against that actual, that pounding, that doing, being, like pounding, got to get it done. That was literally hurting me. Physically, my body would ache, everything would start to bother me. And really, what just happened to me not too long ago was I was getting all these emails from beautiful, wonderful, amazing, powerful coaches and beings, right? But it was like one email after the other email after the other email, selling one program, another program, and after a while, I was just inundated with all this stuff, and it was just like, oh my God, I got to withdraw from this. This stuff is just like, ugh, it doesn't feel good to me. It feels yucky. For me personally, again, I'm not bashing anybody else or judging anybody else for what they do. For me personally, it doesn't align anymore. This past year, I've been called to go into alignment, back into my spirituality, back into my true essence, back into who I am. And this surrender lesson is freaking huge, you guys. And I'm having, I don't know what's happening. Just know things are happening. So surrender. Hey, Tyler. Hi, love. How are you? Good to see you here. I'd rather see your face, but I like to kind of see your face here. Devora, girl, how are Oh my God, Happy New Year, my love. I haven't talked to you in forever. So surrender is not about waving the white flag and giving up. Surrender is not that at all. Surrender is about, first of all, surrender is an awareness practice, right? Surrender, like trying to grasp these concepts and put them into place, is kind of weird. It's really an awareness that you get to have, and then a practice of awareness. Now, Alita and I talked about the word practice, but for me, practice just means, doing something over and over and over till it becomes a habit. Yes, surrender. I know, right? Surrender is the theme of 2018. I swear to God it is. I started mine early so I could carry it into the theme into the new year. So it's an awareness. It's an awareness. And it goes really deep, and it's so juicy. If you guys say yes to it, it's really juicy. Surrender is all about letting go, right? And trusting. And allowing, and then taking inspired action, not just banging away at things, inspired action. When you have an answer, when you feel led, when you feel what's true for you, what your next step is, then you take inspired action. You act on it, right? Because a lot of us are into this process of we have to do something. God, you can't just not do anything, right? With your business and everything else, you've got to do something. But you can take inspired action when you get the message, when you get the hit to what it is you're supposed to do next. And I really encourage each of you to really go deep with this process, this practice in 2018. It's so profound. So what I want to do is, right now, you guys, if you're not driving a car, I want you to go ahead and I want to do the present moment awareness practice. This was the whole thing that actually when I moved in with Jill, this whole lesson really started to come upon me in a deeper way. And I've been practicing present moment awareness, but I really was called into, yes, mindfulness, into the space of being as opposed to doing, because the doing has just been so hard the last couple of years for a lot of us, right? This doing thing is just like killing us. So what I want you to do is I want to do a very simple present moment awareness practice for you guys. I teach this all the time. This is foundational for me. The love expansion meditation as well. If you guys don't have it, PM me. I'll send it to you. It's super easy, super simple, really opens you up to the divine love you are. That's how I started that whole, expanding my love, my heart, and all that. And that was years ago, and that's actually foundational as well. So let's do present moment awareness, meditation together. Let's get the energy. Let's set the intention that you guys will really start moving and sliding into 2018, into this theme of surrender, and really checking it out and practicing it and really coming to grips with it, knowing it and embodying it. It's not just lip service, right? We pay lip service to a lot of stuff, but it's about really embodying this stuff and really committing to this as your way of being, no matter what, no matter how hard it gets, right? Because it gets easier when you go through the hard stuff. The real magic starts to happen. I am shifting clients within one call. I am shifting clients, their businesses, their ways of doing things. I mean, I'm literally getting those results from people and those testimonials from people that they are, like I offered 2 calls on my last program, and some of the people took the 2 calls, some only said 1 because they shifted in that 1 call. So it's about this energetic exchange that we have between one another. That's what it's about. We all have a million processes, right? But it's about our energy. It's about transforming our energy. It's about becoming more of who we are. And in that exchange, in your businesses, in your daily life, you will start attracting those things to you that are energetically high. You will start getting the hits of what you need to do next to go into your business and your mission in a deeper, more transformational, with more light and more love and more brilliance and more truth. All of it is energy, you guys. So, okay. So everybody just, if you're not driving, like I said, close your eyes for just a minute. We're going to do this really quickly. I'm not going to close my eyes. I'm just going to lead you in this. Although I love it. It's juicy. It's so easy. Close your eyes, everybody. I want you to really, you all feel pretty good. I feel a little anxiety from someone somewhere. I'm feeling a little anxiety about this conversation. But anyway, just allow it to be there. Remember, we go into the body awareness practice, and it's like if whatever we're feeling, we get to allow it to be there. It gets to be there. Don't resist it. It's there. Just let it be there. Take a couple of deep breaths. I want you to relax your shoulders, relax your neck, relax your head. Okay, I'm closing my eyes because it feels so good. I'm just going to do it with you. Close your eyes. I want everything to drip to the floor. I want you to feel like gravity's just pulling your arms and your legs down, and I want you to feel almost weightless, just to really deliberately lean into feeling weightless, like you're dripping to the floor. And if your mind is wandering, just let it wander. And if you really have difficulty with your mind, bring it down to your heart center. Just focus your eyes downward towards your heart. Or in SRF, they tell you to focus your eyes up towards your third eye. Just find a focal point and focus there. That'll keep your mind busy, okay? Keep breathing. Continue to breathe. Oh, you guys are good. I'm going deep already. Do you feel that? Go into that spacelessness, that gap, that timelessness, that space of divine energy and quantum possibility and all that there is. Just go into that space. Allow yourself to drip to the floor. Allow yourself to get weightless. Really go deep. You're going deep. You guys are amazing. Oh my gosh, hold that there. And now what I want you to do in this present moment awareness practice, all we have is this present moment. The past, the present, the future, all dimensions are all within this moment right now. Right now. That's all we have is right now. Breathe into the ease of that, the joy and the grace of that. There's nothing to worry about. Right now we have all we need in this present moment. Everything we have, everything we need to do, everything is in this present moment. Breathe into that moment. Now I just want you to notice your body. This is the body awareness piece, and I want you to really go deep with this. I want you to start noticing what you feel. Like right now, I feel my hands are very heavy. They're just dripping to the floor. They just feel like they're being pulled down. The rest of my body, my head feels really spacey. Feels good. Feels yummy. Continue to breathe. I'm still feeling some of you with resistance and anxiety. Allow that to be there. Just notice that. That's happening in this present moment. Notice how the air feels against your skin. It's a little bit chilly today. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling your sits bones against your chair? Are you feeling your feet against the floor? Do you have on fuzzy slippers like I do and you're feeling that? Do you feel your heart beating? Do you feel your lungs expanding? Continue to breathe. Do not stop breathing. Just breathe normally. Let everything drip. What are you smelling in this moment? What are you tasting in this moment? What are you hearing in this moment? Breathe into it. Continue to let your body drip to the floor. Be present to everything that's happening around you, in you, through you, right now in this present moment. We're all joined as one right now. You guys are good. I'm feeling it. Woof. We're in that quantum field of all possibility. So yummy, so juicy. Continue to breathe. And notice. Perfect. Perfect. All right. I could sit in this for about another 30 minutes. But I know you guys have things to do, and I have things I want to share with you. So we're going to come out of it right now. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Hold it for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it out. And go ahead and take another breath in. A little bit more. Hold it to a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it out with a sigh. And as you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the room. Wow. You guys are brilliant. That was awesome. That was that space I didn't want to leave. Hey, Ralph. Hey, Martin. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Maud. Good to see you guys here. All right. That feels really good. So we've set the space for transformation, for energetic exchange, for truth, for you guys to shift in this energy. So what I want you to do is I want you to really, since we're there now, what I encourage you guys to do is to really stay in a space of being open. Open, 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 right? Don't allow your mind to take hold and tell you stories. Just be present with what it is I'm bringing forward for you and let that sink in. This is an ongoing journey, right? This is not the one and only time or process. This is an ongoing journey. So just stay open to this process of surrender. What does surrender mean? Again, let's review that really quickly. If you guys have any experiences, post them here. Anything you're feeling as I'm going through this, let me know what you're feeling. Anything you need support with, let me know how I can support you. Any questions you have, post them here and let me answer the questions for you through my intuition. Again, just be open. Take notes if you want. There'll be a replay. You can always watch that as well. So again, this concept of surrender, again, is not a white flag waving. It's not, I give up. It's not even close to I give up. It's I let go. and I allow who I am at my very being, my very core, to shift my life and run my life. I trust that the spirit, the energy that brought me here is always, always around me, through me, in me, everywhere. All there is the quantum field of all possibility. We're not separate from that. We're never separate from that. Spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, the universe is always within us. That's what creates this. This is just an illusion. This is a hologram. You guys, we are the actors on the stage of the one life. It's you on the stage. You've created a lot of people in your story to support your journey. It's like having that light coming down and shining through a slide of your life, being illuminated onto this stage, and you are creating this journey, this experience, for whatever reason Spirit has, for learning, for growth, for evolution, whatever it is, right? So this is what's true. Hey, Andrew, thanks for joining me. Hey, Anne, hope you guys are having an amazing day, So that's what's true. You guys are creating this at all times. So this whole process of surrender is getting back to leaning on the energy that created you in the first place. That has nothing to do with you doing anything. I mean, let me ask you some questions. You may have had something to do with your being here from the other side. You may have agreed to come here. But did you physically get yourself here? Did you project yourself down here, said, you know, beam me up, Scotty, whatever it was? Did you do that? I mean, I didn't do that. As far as I know, I didn't put myself here through, you know, into my mother's womb and went through the birth process, right? In my everyday life, do I really have any control? We have this idea that we have to control everything, right? Exactly, Andrew. Surrender's key. Exactly. We have no control. If you really think about your life on a day-to-day basis, right? We have ideas for today and tomorrow and next year and our 5-year plan. But in reality, in this present moment, we don't know if we have any more than just this moment, right? Like I always use this and people go, why do you do that? And I'm like, it's true. 5 minutes from now, or when I get off my Facebook Live, I might just keel over and die. I mean, I don't know when my time is. I hope I get to teach a lot longer, but I don't know, right? None of us know. We don't have any control. And in reality, you're not going to take yourself out either. Now, maybe Paramahansa Yogananda did, you know, when he had his heart attack and he took himself out. He knew how to do that. He was that connected to Spirit. I don't have that capability, at least not right now. So Spirit will take me out when Spirit takes me out, and I have no control. I'm here one day, gone the next. So do you have any control anyway? We always feel like we need to be constricted and hold on and force everything or be safe or keep ourselves in this little box, this constricted box. But in reality, guys, when you constrict, nothing good can come to you, right? You're just stuck in constriction. There's no flow. But if you do this, well, it's a little scary. But it is what it is. Again, the unknown is what we live in every moment of every day. So if you think you have control in your life at any point in time, guess again, right? So just start by doing this. This is literally how I started my surrender practice. I would open my hands up to the universe and I would just say, yes, I surrender. And at first, I didn't even know what that meant, right? I surrender. What the hell does that mean? I'm paying it lip service. What does that mean? I don't know, right? So at first, it was difficult because it was a concept. And this is what I want to share with you guys again. These are all concepts. They're not reality. Like we talk about knowing Spirit. We talk about walking with Spirit. We talk about trusting Spirit. We talk. You know, we talk. We quote scripture. We quote, you know, what Rumi said. We do all this stuff. We quote it, right? But if you look at it, in reality, we're paying it lip service. Do we actually do what we are saying we do? And for the most part, it's like a big no, right? It's a big no. And if you're having trouble with any of these concepts, the first thing you do is you connect with Spirit and you say, I'm willing to surrender. I'm willing to learn how. You know, help me, teach me. I just recently, not too long ago, reconnected with my angels and my guides. Now, if you don't believe in that, you get to do it any way you want to. But let me tell you what, stuff is real for me. And it happens for me in a big way. And it's so real to me. It's crazy. So, like, I'm going to teach it because that's what my experience is. I believe it's true. I have angels and pictures of mine from years ago. I have experiences with angels. I just never connected with them. You always have support. So when you feel alone, you're not. You're always supported. So again, spend time doing this, asking for support. doing a present moment awareness practice, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, 3 minutes a day, several times a day, get connected to your inner being. If you're always doing, if you're always spinning, if you're always reaching out looking for someone to rescue you, looking for the next best thing, you are stuck up here and you are spinning in your head. You are not getting answers. Well, you're getting them. You're just not hearing them. You're not connected. So go back in it and remember who you are. Connect your essence, your true essence. Go within. That's a practice as well. When I first started teaching intuition to people, a lot of people just closed down. They couldn't get anything. They were blocked because they didn't believe it. So that's a practice as well. Connecting to who you really are. And over time, you will start to hear. I hear things in crazy ways. Like I think I told you guys on Facebook Live the other day, I get hits to where to go, the months to go, you know, and like it's just this knowing, like it's this big knowing that it's not actual words. It's a feeling, and it's a knowing, and it's a sense of what it is. And it always comes true for me when I follow it. Always. It's always true for me. When you follow your intuition, it's always true. So before I ask you a couple of questions, let me share something I got yesterday, which was absolutely lovely. I was on my walk, and I was sharing a Facebook Live with you guys, and I was talking about surrender. And I got the most amazing vision, and I actually gave it to one of my clients today, and she loved it, so I'm going to share it with you. And I just put it in my email today as well. I got this vision when I was walking down the street of ballroom dancers. And I had this experience with my ex, Robert, a couple of years ago. His uncle was a ballroom instructor and had a studio. And I remember being in the living room of his mother's house, and we were being taught how to ballroom dance. And I'm not really a dancer. Like I could, you know, and I could enjoy it, but I'm not really a ballroom dancer. And so I got this beautiful vision of this, right? The guy puts his hand out, you put your hand on top, right? And the guy who's doing the ballroom dancing is leading you. And if you really put your hand on the shoulder and you have your hand here and you're just barely touching your partner, right? And he's actually leading you where you get to go, and you're just like mirroring him basically. When you do that, there's such beauty in the dance. If you've seen ballroom dancing or any dancing where the guy's leading and the woman is following, it's a beautiful, beautiful process. It's a beautiful process filled with ease and grace. It just moves and it flows and it's beautiful. But what happens, right, when we get in the way of that? This is the vision I got, and this is what Spirit is saying. To listen up to this in this whole surrender process. That is, if you think you have to control things and if you think you have to lead, guess what? It's a fiasco. When I was with Robert and we were doing the ballroom dancing, what happened? When my mind kicked in, I'm like, I suck. I don't know how to do this. Oh my God, I looked down at my feet. I'm like, I'm not moving the right way. All of a sudden, I was stuck in my head and I started stepping on his feet. Hey, Michelle, girl, how are you doing? Good to see you here today. I was stepping on his feet. I was tripping over his feet. He was getting tripped up. We were all tripped up, right? And it became a big fiasco. I remember getting reprimanded by his uncle. It's like, get out of your head, get back into the position, allow him to lead. You just let yourself be guided, right? Beyond the mind, right, Andrew? So it was just a beautiful vision that Spirit brought to me when I was doing this Facebook Live of what Spirit is trying to do. Spirit is here, right? All around us, in us, through us. There's nothing that isn't spirit, energy, whatever you want to call it, the universe. This is not separate from Spirit, right? We're in the quantum field. We're part of the quantum field. We couldn't exist if we were not part of the quantum field, right? So Spirit is ever present, omniscient, omnipresent, everywhere, in everything. So Spirit is here. Spirit is here. And maybe you don't see Spirit. And if you're not connected to this at all, then you don't feel anything, right? But Spirit's like this. I'm here. I'm right here. Just take my hand and I'll guide you. And we're like, yeah, but I don't trust that. No, I want to go that way. I know better. Like, I don't know. I like to take, no, I don't, no, I got to do it myself, right? So does that sound familiar to any of you guys? I know nobody here tries to control things. Nobody, because you're also brilliant, right? So we all try to control things. And what happens when we do that? We just muck it up. And we aren't going generally in the right direction because a lot of us this year, myself included, and a lot of my clients and a lot of my friends were hitting big walls, big blocks. And that's when I just decided to go, I'm going to step back. I'm going to step back. Because when you hit a wall, right? Oh, thanks. Right, every day, Krista. Oh, thanks, Andrew. When you hit a wall, to me, what that means is, initially when I was coaching with someone, it was like, well, what's in the gap? What's stopping you? But for me, my thing is when I hit a big wall, it's a big stop sign. Stop. You are not going the right way. Stop. Just stop. Go within. What is truth for you? Which direction do you get to go, right? So anyway, you know, this whole process of surrender is so beautiful if you allow it. So let me speak into my experience. So what I've been doing, and I know you guys, a lot of you guys are up against this. Share this if you guys are up against this. Share, just go ahead and share out what's happening for you guys right now in this, like, listening about surrender. What does surrender mean to you? What I want you to do is I'm going to ask some of these questions in between, if I can remember where I'm going, because I have these senior moments every once in a while. But when I mention the word surrender, what do you feel in your body? When I say surrender, and you actually say or feel into the word surrender, what is it that comes up in your body? What do you feel in your body? And where do you feel it? What does it feel like? Is it constriction? Is it light and easy and flowy? Is it anxiety? Is it constriction? What are you feeling in your body? Get attached to your body, to who you are, your GPS. You've come onto the planet with a GPS system, right? Remember, we're just picking up the radio waves. We're just, we got an antenna here. We're the radio people, right? Picking up the waves. So what does surrender mean to you? And how do you feel when you say the word surrender? Some people are going to go, that's not for me. That feels weird. This is what you get to look at. What are you feeling? Where do you feel it? What's it feel like? And what does it mean? What is it saying to you? What is it that you get to look at? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Right? So again, let's speak into this idea, again, of surrender. Surrender, surrender, surrender. What does that mean? So we pay it lip service, but in order to actually embody it, you get to go through the experience of it, or not. Your choice. I chose this time to go through the experience of it, still going through it, having amazing and profound shifts, things falling in my lap, awarenesses, joy, divine love, things that I've never felt before at an incredibly deep level that just blow me away every day because they're deeper and deeper and deeper. And do I have all the answers for where I'm going? No, I just know I'm going where I'm going. And I know I'm going to get where I'm supposed to be, and then I'll keep moving forward. But the process of surrender is this, and this is what I'm writing my book about. When there are no, there's no other way, like you're out of resources, right? Spirit loves to do this. My whole concept is that life is hard, so that's how I've, had my experiences come to me. Maybe yours are easier, and I hope they are. But in reality, hey Judith, how are you today? In reality, right? Spirit loves, like when I had the wildfire and the breast cancer. You would think that would have been enough of a universal 2x4 to me to learn letting go. But letting go is a deep lesson. And so I've had a lot of things come up that have led me to a deeper knowing of letting go. So what I love about surrender in this process and what I've been learning is that sometimes when you have everything taken from you, right? When we have money, when we have friends, when we have family, when we have a home, when we have, resources and we can dip in, we say we're surrendering, but in reality, we really got those resources over there, so we feel safe and we can do whatever we can do. And we know that if we fall, no big deal, right? But what I love about hitting rock bottom, having no resources, what I love, hey, Caitlin, Ashley, I love you. How are you? When we have no resources, when we're out of options, when we're at rock bottom, when we're truly at rock bottom. Now, rock bottom for me was not being on the streets. That's great. That's a blessing. And in reality, I'm in gratitude because I am surrounded by brilliance and love. And we, this life is abundance. Remember I told you guys I was in Whole Foods one day and I was just seeing all these things on the shelves and I was like, oh my God. And I felt it within me. It was like it couldn't be in my world, in my reality, if I wasn't actually manifesting that from within to without. That's the abundance I am. Wow, what? Right? But it's this idea, this concept that we're hitting rock bottom. And so you kind of go through a mind F when you do this, right? And it's kind of like, well, what do I do? And you can go into the desperation mode. I think I did that a few times. I started considering getting another job. Things weren't moving in the way I wanted them to. I kind of let things close down because I was transitioning. I wasn't sure where I was going. I was thinking about all kinds of things. I was thinking about, oh my God, I've spent 5 years, what if this whole thing ends and I have to go do something else, right? But I really felt, for me, it was my rock bottom of not having resources. And so it was a process of weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of hitting walls, being afraid, having to come back within. My roommate would always go, you think you're letting go, but you're still holding on like this. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm letting go. And I would feel into it. And it was, sure enough, I was holding on white-knuckled still. Because this goes deep, you guys. I'm talking about really being aware and really going deep with it and really seeing it, acknowledging it, taking responsibility for it, right? and seeing it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not for you to judge. It just is what it is. It's part of the process. Seeing it. You have to be aware of it before you can actually shift it. So anyway, I was just been in this process of going deeper and deeper and deeper, doing what the world would tell me not to do, doing the complete opposite. Like when I went and hired my coach, for $1,500 a month when I had no resources to pay her because I was paying for so many other things, and I didn't have the cash flow coming in. What? Who does that? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I felt alignment. So this is why it's so important for you to know who you are at a deep level, to go within every day, to commit to the journey of really stepping back, right? And that's where you're tested, and you can jump into the tests and allow yourself to be refined in the process of it and really go deep with it. Or you can just say, screw it, I quit. I'm going another direction. You get to choose. For me, I wanted to stay in it. I wanted to be refined. I wanted to teach this lesson to you guys, to all my clients, to the world. I want to teach this stuff, right? And you have to live it. You really get to live it at a deep level to understand where people are coming from, but then to be able to shift them into a new way of being, to transform them. So remember, transformation is messy, right? You're going into the chrysalis. You're literally being dissolved, emulsified at the deepest level, losing your identity of who you think you are, so that you can come out as a beautiful butterfly, live a whole new way of being with grace and ease and flow and beauty and brilliance and abundance, right? So this is the journey. I allow myself to take the journey, to do what's hard, to do what the world says not to do, to hit the walls, to be aware, to continue to go within, to continue to allow myself to be refined at the deepest level, to feel into what does that mean for me. So again, this isn't talking about surrender, paying lip service, saying I'm surrendering. No, this is about embodying the practice of surrender. Allowing yourself to lean on the energy that created you. God, the universe, the energy, whatever it is you want to call it. Literally allowing yourself to lean into it. It was funny because I was talking to Jill the other day about, how we always feel like we have to have a safety net under our feet, right? We're looking for that we got to have a safety net. And we were talking about how in reality we never are without a safety net, right? Spirit is our safety net. We're always safe if we lean back. It seems so counterproductive as 3D human beings who have to control everything, leaning back into spirit and saying, yes, I don't know where I'm going, I surrender, feels so scary because we don't trust that we're going to fall back and not be, we're afraid we're not going to be caught. But if you don't try it, you'll never know. And are you going to have to hit bottom a couple times? Yeah, this is the lesson, you guys. That's why when people resist experience, life experience, it's crazy because that's where the gold is. That's where you evolve. That's where you shift. That's where you change. That's where you move into your mission a more full way. That's when opportunities fall in your lap. That's where the magic and the miracles lie, by saying yes to the experience of life. Life is always moving. It's never not moving. It's never static. So when you're up against a wall and you're blocked, you're blocking your own flow. You're in your own way. You're not going to evolve there. You're not going to find answers there. You're going to scuffle around trying to find them from up here, and they don't come from there. They come from here. This is so deep, you guys. I'm doing a 12-week course for entrepreneurs, a spinoff on the 4, and it's going to include some of this, but I believe I'm going to be doing a lot more teaching on surrender this year because there's so many processes that we can do, and also the mindset piece, because I'm a mindset coach as well, and mindset is so critically important so that you can get it and shift, like understand where you are now, how you're being, how you're not showing up, how you're not surrendering, how you're not really letting go of control, and then moving in from that space into the actual experience of letting go and surrendering. And like I said, I have more joy, more love, more opportunities, more magic and miracles. Do I have perfect days every day? No, but they are perfect. They're perfect for me. It's part of my journey, and I keep moving forward. I think I told you guys yesterday on Facebook Live, I've been called to go back east and live with my mother for 2 months, to serve her, to heal family wounds. And I am in alignment with it. Does it fit into what I had as my 5-year plan? Well, not in my 5-year plan, but this year for 2018. I have some speaking engagements. I have things happening. I have clients. But did it fit into my idea of what was going to happen? No, but this is the cool thing, you guys. Life throws you curveballs for a reason. And if you're listening and if you're aligned and if you're in tune, if you're surrendering and saying yes, it's a detour. Remember, when you take a detour on the freeway, Hey, Chrissy, how are you? Hey, Grenville. When you take a detour on the freeway, does it take you off into, you know, you know where, Egypt, and it never brings you back? No. It takes you slightly off of the road, and then you find your way back to the freeway. You get back on, and you're on track. So it's not that you're off track. It's that you're being taken a different direction. A detour is for you. It's a place where you can grow, where you can learn, where you can shift, where you can change. You're learning new skills, new experiences. You're becoming more of who you're here to be, so that when you get where you are going in a bigger way, you can show up powerfully, confident, knowing who you are, transforming other people through your experiences and your energy and your words, because you're just a vessel, right? Spirit's just flowing through you, right? So that's the beauty of the detour, saying yes. We think we have these great ideas, and sometimes we do, but sometimes they're just not the way we're supposed to go. When we try to go that way, we're up against a wall. When we surrender and say yes to Spirit and say, I don't get this. Like, I don't get why I'm supposed to do this. And it kind of is like throwing me off a little. I told you I'm like a gypsy. I just go where I'm told. Does it throw me off a little? Yeah. It does. I got to pack things up again and drive to PA and, settle into cold and snow and, and all that stuff. But I get to serve my mother. My mother's almost 88 years old. We don't know how long any of us have on this planet. And I've been away from home for like 35 years. I get to have that experience and to have no regrets in my life. So that's my detour. While I'm working my business, while I'm doing some other projects, while I'm moving toward my speaking, my 5-year plan, right? So remember, guys, you don't have to give anything up. Life throws you detours. Surrender to it. Spirit knows what's best for you. Spirit wants to get you to where you're going. I'm a light worker. I know a lot of you out there are doing the same things, right? So surrender and trust. The Spirit has your best interest at heart and will get you where it is that you are supposed to be in the timing you're supposed to be there. So let it be that. Just let it be that. All right. So to wrap everything up, you guys, again, hey, Stella girl, I love you. How are you? I haven't seen you in forever either. I missed you so much. Again, feel into your body. Hi, sweetie. I love you. Feel into your body. When you say the word surrender, what does it feel like for you? What comes up for you? Ask yourself, can I give myself permission to surrender? Remember, it's kind of like, I'm willing to surrender. I'm willing to surrender. But what about giving yourself permission? Have you given yourself permission to be all you're here to be, do all you're here to do, to move forward, to fail and fall and rise again, to get where you're supposed to go in the time you're supposed to go, and to be refined in the in the process so that you can show up at your most brilliant self. I mean, you don't want to go to stages and not be ready to do that, and not be ready to really give someone a transformative experience through your energy. Brandon, I love you. Hi. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I miss you. So can you give yourself permission? Give yourself permission to go the journey. Trusting, right, Estella? That's what it's about. Again, surrender, because you joined me, you just joined me, but I've been talking about surrender, how it's not giving up, how surrender is an awareness practice, and how it's all about letting go, trusting, allowing, and then taking inspired action when you have those answers, when you have that alignment, when you feel into the alignment, it's true for you, and you know that you may not have the answers about where you're going, but you just feel balanced and centered, and it feels true for you, right? But have you given yourself permission to do that? Right? What are the conversations in your head? Oh, that's too hard. I don't want to do that. That sounds like really hard. Surrender. I got to actually practice it. And I love you too, Brandon, so much. Send my love to Sarah. Hope I see you guys soon. What are the conversations in your head? How hard is it to actually shift your ways of being and do something you've never done before, as opposed to continuing to beat the drum of what you've been doing that isn't working for you, right? Yes, Estella, it is an amazing vibration to live from. That's where I am, because I've allowed myself to be refined at the deepest level and to continue that. That's my commitment to me. That's my commitment to my tribe, my community, to my people who are wanting to be transformed in my energy, to the people that I will serve when I go to the stages. I want to show up as the most powerful, most aligned, most humble, most true, most, again, that message of, I'm just the vessel, I'm just the channel, and I'm surrendering to that because I trust that Spirit will bring through whatever it is that that I'm supposed to bring through in the correct timing. Yes, I have to do certain things, absolutely. And yes, it is hard, and it's so worth it. So again, I think it's harder to stay in a space of, pounding against, being stuck, being blocked, being miserable. Why not be in a space of surrender, possibility, hitting those walls, picking yourself back up? And like me, there are days that I don't accomplish a whole lot of stuff. I just know there's a lot of spinning around me that I get to do and I get to tap into. But what I've been feeling on a regular basis is immense amounts of joy, immense amounts of love, making these connections with people who are world changers, global world changers, collaborating with them, meeting them, literally loving them. Some of them I've never met. I've just met them online, or I've had a conversation, or I've done Skype, and I have such immense gratitude and love for them. That's the space, you guys, where miracles and magic happen. That's the space where if your abundance and your prosperity have not come in yet, that's the space that it will flow from in a big way when it's time. That's the space. So where do you want to live? Give yourself permission to just step in and do it. Just do it. You can't screw it up, right? The only way you can screw it up is if you don't try. And I hate the word try. But I think it applies to this. If you just continue to stay where you are and you don't even say every day I'm going to show up and do my present awareness practice for 5 minutes in the morning or 3 minutes in the morning. I'm going to start being still and tapping into whatever my heart is saying. I don't even know how to do that, but I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to focus on my third eye, or I'm going to focus on my heart. I'm going to focus on something that keeps me out of my head. And I know I'm in my head a lot, but I get to practice moving back from that. Just writing down what you feel in your body. Guys, I've been teaching this a long time. Being a detective. What is your body telling you? Your body is the universal GPS. It's always speaking to you. If it's in pain, if it's sick, whatever you're feeling, if you feel anxiety, what is that saying? And then I take my clients through another process of body awareness and moving energy through their body. It's, we come onto this planet and we're wounded from, 0 to 7-ish. We take on all these concepts we think are true because we were raised for the most part by unconscious people. And no bashing there. I mean, we all are. I was unconscious when I was raising my daughter as well. Thank God I stepped out of that space, right? But again, there's a better way. And if you're an atheist or you don't believe in energy and the spiritual realm and your body is, spiritual and we're mind, body, spirit. If you don't believe that, okay, that's okay, right? You get to do that too. But as for me, my experience is 1,000 times real. It was like when I went to the, hey, Sean Douglas, how are you? It's like when I went to the New Media Summit, right? And I signed up with my coach in Texas, right? Went to some event of hers, ran into Steve Olsher, who was on my summit years ago. Signed up to do something with him. Went to the New Media Summit a while back. Felt totally aligned. I love Steve and what he does, his mission. He's an amazing man. And then the first day, out of 153 people, Marshall Silver picked me to come up on stage and eat fire. That whole weekend was profound and incredible. The community was incredible. The connection's incredible. The third day, I won $1,000 out of 153 people randomly. And then I got booked on a whole bunch of podcasting. This is alignment. Somebody came up to me and, in the past when I was such a downer and I was negative and I was unconscious, people would say to me, if something like that happened, which it rarely did, right, or I won something, they'd be like, oh, well, you're just lucky, or, that should have been me, or whatever. This time I had people coming up to me and saying the word alignment, alignment, alignment. That's how I live. And there are days that I don't live from that space, but I get back up on my horse and I ride again, right? So surrender to the process. Surrender to learning about what surrender is and embodying it and living from that space. Surrender to getting to know who you are at a deep level, so that you can tune into your body and see what your inner GPS is saying. Learn to tap into your intuitive hits and create your life from that space. Again, it's about letting go, trusting, allowing, and taking inspired action when you are prompted to do so. Sometimes it doesn't happen as fast as you want it to, but allow the process, you guys. You know, look at a stream when it's going downstream, the water's flowing and there's rocks, you know, in the water. The water doesn't say, stop, screw you, get out of my way. It's like, I'm making this happen now. No freaking way. The water moves around it. It finds a way around. It finds a detour, which is what I've been talking about. The water takes a temporary detour around the rock and then it continues down the river. This is what the lesson is. Flow, surrender, taking detours, listening to your inner guidance, trusting, knowing that there's something that's in and through you, nothing separate from you, that is your safety net, that you can lean into, that will catch you when you fall. And I've come close a couple of times to saying, you're not there for me, Spirit. This is bullshit. I don't believe in you anymore. I've come close a couple of times, but guess what? Spirit has always come through for me. Even in those lowest moments, Spirit has always come through for me. Always. Because it is true. So take the journey. Let 2018, this miraculous, magical space of all possibility, this energy, this unprecedented, these new ways of being, these new ways of creating conscious business in integrity, in prosperity, in generosity. These times are unprecedented. We've never seen energies or times like these before. We never will again. You are here for a reason because you signed up to be here now, to do whatever it is that you're called to do. So start aligning with what's true and the powers that brought you here. Align with that. Align with that. Know who you are. Know your power. Know your brilliance. Hey, Sue, how are you? Know what you're capable of. Get out of your own way. Love and embrace your 3D human self and all your mind shit and all the conversations. Just embrace it. Don't judge it. It's part of our experience. It's part of our journey. It's part of who you are. But if you tap into the greater part of who you are, that starts to become, 85, 75, 85, 90% of your being and your doing. And it's magic. It heals the body. It gets you where you want to go. Brings you joy, love, prosperity. All right? So 2018, you guys, surrender. And I'm going to be teaching more on this going into the new year. Can't wait. Like I said, keep your eyes open. I put my program off because it wasn't time. I needed to step back for a few weeks. But I will be releasing my 12-week program as a follow-up to the 4-week, 30 Days to Yes, which I had profound results with my clients on. Hey, Joe Bruno, how are you? I'll be releasing that in January, and we'll be starting in February. It's a 12-week program. It's profound, and you get to work with me one-on-one, and I'm always available, again, to take on a few more clients. I'm going to be doing some other projects, so I'll be taking on limited one-on-one VIP clients. I do energy healings and all kinds of things. So check me out. My website is yesequalsuccess.com. Yesequalsuccess.com. If you want to book an appointment, Lisa Winston, you can go to VSITA, V's and Victor, CIT as in Tom A. Book an appointment with me, a 30-minute free consult. Let's get you going. Let me support you. Check out my testimonials, you guys. I have the most amazing clients, and they have been blown away as me. My energy has shifted so much that people are shifting in one phone call. If you look on Facebook today, Carrie Christensen, I love her. She's like, isn't that funny? Like, I didn't believe in magic, and I don't think magic really exists, but when you're working with a coach and things shift, even when you don't believe it, and it just happens, it's magic, And I was like, yep, that's the magic. It's the transformation, the energetic transformation, because I continue to go through and allow myself to be emulsified, the old me, the 3D me, and I say yes to surrendering to whatever Spirit has for me. This is what you guys get to do, and this is the impact you get to have. And this is when people are magically attracted to you. And this is when people magically transform in your energy. Because you've become more. You've become that. And remember, we're all one. Remember, if we're all one, it's not me on the camera and you out there. You are in my energy now. You are shifting as we speak. We all grow from each other. It's a beautiful process. All right? So you guys are so beautiful and amazing and brilliant. And thank you for joining me. I love it. Again, if you have any questions, write it down. If you need support, write it down. PM me, whatever you want to do. I'm here. And then look for some other stuff because, again, I just, this process of surrender, is so huge. I might even do a workshop on it because I think it would be really fun to actually work with you guys one-on-one live. If you're here in San Diego or you're near San Diego, that would be really cool, right? Work with you live with some processes and really get into the energy exchange of it. And I feel that that's coming. So keep your eyeballs open. You know me, I will show up on Facebook Live like I always do. But I really, really encourage you for 2018, stop the insanity. Do not go another year doing things the way you've been doing them. If they're not working, stop. Go a different direction. Oh, Sue Hammer, you're asking me. Okay, so I'll give you the quick version because I'm at the end. Hey, Les, how are you? You can go back and watch the replay because I've gone through a whole half hour, 45 minutes, whatever it's been. But surrender, again, it's a concept that we talk about, right? We pay it lip service. And surrender does not mean, you know, waving the white flag and giving up. Surrender is about letting go. Letting go, trusting spirit, the energy that brought you here, saying, I surrender. I give up control. I let go. I allow. I trust. And that's a big one for most of us. A lot of us don't trust, right? And I take inspired action. When I'm aligned and I hear my intuitive hits, I take the inspired action that's coming to me to get me to my next best step. That's in a nutshell what it is, Sue. Great question. Thank you for asking that. I love that. Oh, Joe, you have a great year too. Have a happy new year because I know you're playing a gig somewhere, so it'll be really cool. And I love watching your journey with your wife and everything. You guys are amazing. And I miss you. I haven't seen you in forever. When were we? Okay, Joe Bruno and I were in the Spiral Staircase together back in the 80s doing shows across the country. So, you know, and Joe was crazy. He's a bass player and he's amazing and he was fun. And that's just the energy of who Joe is. I love you, Joe. I do. Sue Hammer, you're very welcome. Go back and listen to the replay. Please share this out, you guys. If there are people that need to hear it, share it out with your tribe, your community, your friends, your family, because I believe this is a message that's really imperative for everybody. And I need your help, your assistance in getting this message out to as many people as possible. All right? All right, you guys, I'll be back on here. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, Joe. That's the Spiral Staircase song, you guys, if you didn't know. I love you more today than yesterday. That's funny, Joe. That was so appropriate. I love it. And it, you know, just went right over my head. Okay, maybe more coffee today is in order. I don't know. I love that. Funny guy. All right, you guys, love you so much. You know I'll pop in here before New Year's. I have a very busy weekend, rehearsal for my New Year's Eve gig with a band, and then Friday I'm doing a workshop and a bunch of other stuff. I did sing it, didn't I, Joe? Yeah, I just sang it again. All right. So that elevator music, right? I love it. But I love that song. It's a great song. Hey, Jim, how are you? Thanks for the thumbs up. I love that. Bye, Krista. Have a great day. Anyway, I know I'll talk to you guys soon, but if I don't pop in here on a, you know, in any kind of major way, I just want to wish all of you an incredible new year, and let's really make a change this year because the energy supports us. Let's actually work together to move forward and get you guys going into your mission so you can serve a greater number of people, leave your legacy, and make a huge difference and be a global change maker. That's what it's all about. All right, you brilliant ones. I love you. Thanks for joining me. It was such a joy to see you here, and I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Have a great day. Bye.